Brodes Media.
I don't know what that game was. Quite frankly, I don't fucking care because the Phils got the dub. But that was bizarre. Shohei Ohtani's ejaculating at second base. Out in center field, the ball just, I can't say it. Well, thank you very much. Followed up by a couple infield singles by Stott and Trey Turner, which was massive. Bohm was massive too. Let's not forget about that double. But at the end, Will Smith makes us all hold our breath for 6-7 seconds until Nick Castellanos caught the ball right at the warning track, an inch away from going over the wall. So, and keep in mind, all right, the way you scored your second run to give you a 2-0 lead was a Whit Merrifield ground out. Turns out to be huge. And Whit Merrifield with the laser. That's right. With the hell of an arm to Bryson Stott to get out Rojas in the 8th inning when Alvarado was getting squared up pretty good. Those balls were scorched off the bat. You were lucky that it wasn't significantly worse, but credit to Whit Merrifield. So, I mean, what? What? This is a game where I want to praise Whit Merrifield like no other for a very important RBI, a very important defensive play, and he's the one that got the triple for putting it in play. Can we give him credit for putting it in play, even if the Dodgers are stupid and lose the sight of the ball and it just drops in the middle of center field? Whit Merrifield gets the third. Important. He comes around to score. You had a 2-0 lead. The score becomes 2-2. It was first and third for Shohei Ohtani, and good for Christopher Sanchez in the 5th. I thought there probably could have been more runs scored, so to limit it only to the 1 RBI, yeah, it sucks it's 2-2, but the Phils responded right after that. And then your bullpen goes to work. Kerkering, very similar situation that Sanchez was in, first and third. The difference, you point your finger over to Matt Strahm. All right, so here comes your all-star getting into the game, having to do the dirty work for Shohei, and gets him! Oh, baby Matt Strahm. That was so sick. So sick. What a sick inning by Matt Strahm. Filthy. Fuck, that was filthy. And Jeff Hoffman, while it was close, did what he needed to do. It's a good series win, my friends. It's a good series win. Christopher Sanchez, I wanted to know if he could have a bounce back from his last start, which was hideous. He sure did. Dude's a cool customer. No joke. He responded after the Dodgers tied it up 2-2, and he got out of that with only allowing 1 run, which it could have been worse. Follows it up with a 1-2-3 inning right after. Zach Wheeler, next start is uncertain. I wasn't panicking when I was in the middle of the post-game show last night when he was talking to the reporters and giving us the update on his health. I wasn't really panicky in the moment, but then when I ended the show and then I was reading up more on it, and he said, yeah, we kind of been dealing with this for a little bit now. Well, that's not good. That made the alarms go off. I don't like that. I don't like hearing that. I don't want to hear that. That pisses me off. That makes me upset. I'm angry. Right? I don't want to hear that. I'm not angry at anyone specifically, just angry for the fact that I have to even deal with the potential from Zach Wheeler and his health. That stuff just doesn't go away. Now, hopefully, if he does miss his next start, and then he doesn't have to worry about any of the All-Stars break either. I know he got the nod, but I'm just saying, sit on the shelf. Enjoy. He was going to enjoy it anyway because he had his final start right before the All-Star break as it is. But now, just shut him down. He could do a couple waves, a nice thank you. How's your mother? How's your father? beautiful. Maybe sign a couple balls, and then you move on and you worry about getting back for the second half. But I don't want to push this stuff. I really don't. And there's actually, with the Bryce news, for my second housekeeping note, I'm not telling you it's a high percentage that feels this way. And I could be the one that's a dope that's reading way too much into this. But I could only tell you how I feel. The second I saw Matt Gelb say there's a delay in the order getting announced because, well, Bryce Harper's up in the air, he might not be able to go, the first thing I thought of was something's wrong with his hamstring and they can hide behind the fact that he got hit with that ground ball over to first base, and it's already built in that they have an excuse to get him out of the lineup. Now, maybe only 15% could that be right now. I'm thinking 85% actually a bruise in the wrist area, in the hand area, and then 15% maybe they're hiding something. Bryce Harper stated, I'm not going to put on a cape, all right? Essentially meaning I won't be a hero in game one of this series that he finally got off the IL. His first at-bat, this dude's digging into the dirt like he's Usain Bolt trying to win a gold medal in the Olympics. That was his first at-bat. He just said that he wasn't going to put on any sort of cape. He only knows how to go one mode. Maybe something happened. And this is why I find it fishy. Just a tad. I'm not telling you I am concerned. I'm telling you if I had to do the breakdown, 85% of me believes this is crap, but 15% of me believes that it could be real. It could be real. I don't trust any of these organizations. They said 1 month for JT. I remember I laughed at that. Yeah, right. 1 month? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just all BS for the most part. So, Bryce Harper. Why do I believe it could be BS? They want to be cautious, right? All right, some of it's precautionary. We don't want to put them back too quickly with the break right upon us. Well, was there any sort of update on the wrist? If you're going to be cautious, how come we didn't hear anything similar to we wanted to check out his wrist? There was no bone issue. There was no fracture. It's all good. It's just a bone. I didn't get any sort of update on what they were cautious about. Now, maybe the bruise is so weak and so not aggravating and so not brutal that they just moved past it, didn't even need to get to that step. But what are they precautionary about then? Just a black and blue mark on his wrist? Would that really keep him out that much? If he could play with the hamstring, that's 80%. I feel he could play with a bruised wrist if it's not really that bad. So either, I guess if we want to get into the disappointing, what could the outcome be? Maybe it's a lot worse than just a bruise on the wrist and there's something actually holding him back from having the power that he wants to when he's in the batter's box. And just anything he wants to do on the diamond in general, but maybe he can't hit well because it's actually worse than just a bruise and it could be bad. Or it's a hammy. Or they're just being super soft. But think about what it would take Bryce being out of the lineup a day after he returns against this Dodgers team going for a series win. He missed so much time. He gets right back. This competitor, this guy, the way he plays the game, and he makes the decisions. Nobody else does. So why wasn't he in there today? I'm not trying to rain on the parade on such a happy post-game show because this is all supposed to be about the love of the win. And that's why I kind of wanted to start with the housekeeping, get that off my chest early, and then start throwing the parade and giving the high fives to the people next to me. Instead, I did it backwards, and now here we are somewhat stuck in a very awkward position because I just spent about 5 minutes thinking about the worst-case scenario ever with this baseball team. But as I always say, I'm a man of the people. I just tell you how it is. I just tell you how it goes. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.